Well, welcome back to the channel. If you were on a game show and someone gave you 3 movie characters and then asked you to name the movie that all those actors starred in, and the 3 characters they gave you were Cousin Eddie, Topper Harley, and Sergeant Dillard, aka Boss, what would your answer be for the movie they all starred in together? Well, that's the subject of today's video, a movie I loved from the first time I watched it until this very day. Today, we're talking about The Wraith. Released in November 1986, The Wraith was directed by Mike Marvin and it starred Charlie Sheen and Nick Cassavetes. The film didn't light up the box office as it faced pretty stiff competition. Freaking Song of the South beat it out on its opening weekend. I hadn't even heard about this movie until it debuted on cable the following year. I remember watching it and thinking this movie's cool as shit, and so is that car. I really wanted that car. I'm fully aware that if you're watching this video, there's a non-zero chance that you haven't seen this movie. So if you fall in that category, pause the video, go to Tubi, pull up The Wraith, and have a great watch. But if you have seen it, or you don't mind spoilers, let's talk about this film. The Wraith is a 1986 action sci-fi supernatural revenge film. It takes place in a small desert town in Arizona, where a ruthless street gang led by Packard Walsh terrorizes locals. Packard Walsh and his gang control illegal street races, forcing outsiders to race for pink slips. Carrie, Packard's somewhat on and off girlfriend, is haunted by the death of her former boyfriend Jamie Hawkins. A mysterious drifter named Jack Kesey, played by Charlie Sheen, arrives in town, catching Carrie's attention. Soon after, a high-tech, indestructible black car, the Turbo Interceptor, appears, targeting Packard's gang. One by one, Packard's gang members are challenged to races by the mysterious driver, who is later revealed to be a supernatural entity known as the Wraith. Each race ends with the gang member dying in a fiery crash, their bodies left strangely unmarked and unburned, with their eyes missing. The local sheriff, played by Randy Quaid, investigates but is baffled by the lack of evidence. Meanwhile, Jake and Carrie grow closer, with Carrie sensing a strange familiarity about him. It's later revealed that Jake is actually the spirit of Jamie Hawkins, returned as the Wraith to avenge his own murder. Packard, now realizing the truth, attempts to flee but is cornered by the Wraith. In a climactic race, Packard crashes and dies, just like the rest of his gang. But now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about some of the characters in this movie. Starting with Packard, Nick Cassavetes plays one of the most sadistic douchebag assholes you will ever see in a movie. You just want to punch him in the face every time he shows up on screen. Packard is so obsessed with Carrie, he won't let anyone get near her. He killed her former boyfriend, and now treats her like she belongs to him, even though she keeps saying that she's never loved him and she's never going to be with him. He cheats people out of their cars or threatens them with death, and he's just an all-round asshole. And then there's Rughead, played by B-movie staple Clint Howard.
The first one, the Dragonfire Crossing wins! You lose the race! You lose your car!
As the gang's stereotypical 80's nerd. That being said, he's one of the more interesting characters in the film. He's the only one in the gang with a real conscience, while being the most intelligent person in the gang. He's also the first one to figure out that the Wraith is the vengeful spirit of Jamie Hankins. And then there's 2 truly memorable characters, Skank and Gutter Boy, played by David Sherrill and Jamie Bozian. I'm not even sure how to describe these 2 characters. They're mechanics in Packard's gang, and it seems as if they do his dirty work for him. Skank in particular is getting high in every scene that you see him. He's always sipping on hydraulic fluid or antifreeze or some shit. The dude is high as gas the whole movie. You don't really see Gutter Boy getting high, but he's got his own issues. And then there's Randy Quaid's Sheriff Loomis, who plays his role as stereotypically as possible. Now, even though I understand this is supposed to be a small town, and I understand the role of the sheriff, Loomis doesn't actually do anything in this movie. He shows up, he makes a lot of threats, but he doesn't solve any crimes or solve the mystery of the film at all. He doesn't even provide much exposition. So, honestly, this movie could do without him. Last but not least is the Wraith. There really isn't a whole lot to say about him. He doesn't speak, but all he does is kind of show up, look cool, and blow shit up. Now, as far as the movie itself, there are a few things that don't make a lot of sense. For starters, at the beginning of the film, you see a sign for the population of the town at somewhere around 6,000 people. But throughout the film, you see that this town is much bigger than any town that would have only 6,000 residents. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but towns that small don't usually have this much infrastructure. Something else that's kind of annoying is the fact that Carrie never asked Jake where he's from, where he lives, or if he even has a job. She falls in love and has sex with him in a nasty puddle, but she doesn't even know if he's homeless. I mean, she's already risking an infection from that water, and Jake might be giving her every STD. At the very least, find out where he sleeps. Another burning question I have about this film is, why did Jamie come back as a different person? Like, why did he come back as Charlie Sheen with the same scars from the night he was murdered? Why not just come back as Jamie? He can appear and disappear at will, basically. Why would the vengeful spirit of Jamie want to come back as a different guy, fall in love with his girlfriend, just to reveal to her that he's actually Jamie? It doesn't make any sense. Why not just come back as Jamie? And also, why even wait to reveal it? Why not just tell her from the beginning that Packard killed me and I'm going to kill him and his entire gang? I mean, I guess the movie would only be like 15 minutes long at that point, but still, it's kind of a major plot hole. Now, let's talk about all the things I like about this movie. It's pretty much everything else, honestly. This movie's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at it through nostalgia glasses, but who cares? This shit's still awesome. I mean, the film starts out with what's basically a car commercial. And I can't forget to mention how much I appreciate the fact that the main characters in this film aren't a bunch of high schoolers. These are all adults, played by age-appropriate adults. I can't tell you how much I hate seeing films with teenagers being played by 30-year-olds. So, shout out to the writers for that one. So, have you seen The Wraith? If not, did this video convince you to watch it? Like I said before, it's available for free on streaming. You really need to go check it out. And if you enjoy these videos, hit the like button, subscribe if you hadn't already, and I'll be back real soon.